What if the sun, the one constant in our sky, woke up one morning wearing the wrong color? Not red, not blue, but violet. A shade so unnatural, so impossible, that the moment it appeared, the entire world felt something ancient and instinctive. Fear. No scientist predicted it. No satellite warned us. No telescope caught the change early. The shift happened quietly, the way night slips into dawn. At first, it was only a faint purple breath leaking from the sun's outer rim. Thin enough to mistake for smoke, soft enough to ignore. But the haze thickened, deepened, spread, and then in a span of minutes, the sun's familiar golden face dissolved, washed over by a cold, blinding violet flame. The light that fell upon Earth was bright, yet stripped of all warmth, sharp, metallic, unnatural. A kind of light that didn't comfort, but pierced. And for the first time in human history, people looked at daylight and felt the same chill one feels when staring into the unknown. Scientists scrambled to explain it. Some claimed a violent collapse in the sun's plasma spectrum was filtering out reds and yellows, leaving only the most extreme wavelengths behind. Others argued that Earth's atmosphere had changed, not the sun. And then there were those who whispered a stranger idea. What if this is how the sun truly looks? And everything before this moment was only an illusion created by our atmosphere? A thought that divided the world more than the event itself. But while humans argued, the sky continued transforming. Blue vanished first, diluted into a thick violet ink stretching from horizon to horizon. Clouds turned transparent, glowing faintly as ultraviolet light carved through them like knives sliding across glass. Shadows lengthened in ways that made no geometric sense, edges sharpened. Colors of buildings, clothes, skin. Everything looked altered as if reality had been repainted with a spectrum not meant for human eyes. By midday, climbing a hill felt like walking on another planet. The air shimmered. Rocks flickered with purple outlines. Even dust in the wind carried a soft glow that made it seem alive. But the ocean changed the most. Ultraviolet waves plunged into the water with a hunger no one had ever seen. The surface darkened into a purple-black mirror, reflecting the new sun like an alien jewel. Then something stranger happened. Creatures from the deep, species that avoided light for millions of years, rose toward the surface. Shadows of massive, slow-moving forms passed beneath boats. Entire shoals of fish swirled upward, swimming in tight spirals as if guided by an invisible force. Jellyfish lit up like drifting lanterns. Plankton ignited the waves with enormous fields of blue and violet fire. Beaches glowed at night, each wave folding in on itself like a sheet of liquid neon. People who saw it did not celebrate its beauty. They whispered, because when the ocean changes its rules, Earth is already rewriting its future. Forests felt the shift next. Plants that once thrived under warm sunlight struggled under violet illumination. Their green pigments could no longer catch the right wavelengths. Leaves faded, darkened, then shifted into colors nature had never intended. Blue-green, indigo, near black. Some trees drooped. Their branches weighed down as if the light itself was pressing on them. But then, as night arrived, the forest awakened. Ferns, moss, lichen, fungi, all began to glow. Soft violet lines ran across the trunks of ancient trees like veins carrying light instead of blood. Entire hillsides pulsed with bioluminescent rhythm, faint at first, then stronger, until the landscape looked like a living map of neurons firing in slow motion. Drones flying overhead captured a forest that was no longer a forest, but a breathing network of light. No one could explain it. Some called it defense, others called it mutation. A few wondered if this was nature's way of communicating in a language humans had never learned to hear. Animals, too, began to shift. Insects responded first, their eyes glowing, their wings turning almost transparent under the violet glare. Butterflies drifted across the sky like shards of glass catching purple fire. Beetles left trails of faint luminescent dust with every step. Birds lost their migration routes, circling endlessly over fields before collapsing from exhaustion. Dolphins swam toward coasts they had avoided for generations, drawn by the pulsing glow of the sea. Bats clung to cave walls, refusing to enter nights that were no longer dark. Predators became unpredictable. Some nervous, some bold, all unsettled. People watched from windows and rooftops, their voices hushed, knowing instinctively that when the behavior of animals changes, the foundation of every ecosystem trembles. Weeks passed. The chaos dimmed, but not because things returned to normal. The world had simply found a new version of balance. Days grew longer, their light scattered so widely that evening arrived slowly, reluctantly. Nights shrank, unable to overpower the purple radiance that lingered in the sky. Temperatures dipped. Radiation climbed. Plants began adapting to wavelengths they were never designed to use. Animals adjusted their rhythms, their senses, their instincts. The ocean settled into a new cycle of light. Coasts glimmered with permanent bioluminescence. Forests formed glowing pathways that twisted like constellations on the ground. Earth was not dying, it was transforming, rebuilding itself beneath a sun that no longer resembled the star we once knew. And humanity, for all its intelligence, all its pride, all its history, understood something humbling. We are not the authors of this world. We are only witnesses to its changes. If the sun can change its color, if the sky can shift its identity, if oceans and forests can rewrite their rules, then nothing about Earth is fixed. Not forever, not even for now, because once the sky turns purple, once the light itself evolves, the planet begins a story that we were never meant to control, only to survive long enough to see where it leads. And the question that haunts us now is simple. If the sun can change once, what else might it change into next?